babies, and I'm finally back with another sit down video by myself. So since school is starting, well, for my state it's starting in a couple weeks. I know some other states have already started school. I decided to do a freshman advice video. If you don't know me, my name is Andrea and I am class of 2020, so I just graduated high school, and I just thought this would be the perfect time to give newly freshmen some advice about high school. I can't really talk about college yet because I'm not in college yet technically, so maybe down the road I'll have a video on that. But for now, I'm just gonna give freshman advice, not even just freshmen, just high school students in general, but definitely to freshmen because this is like a whole new scenery, like a whole new ball game. It's totally different than middle school. So yeah, I'm just gonna jump in. I do have a lot of questions, which y'all know I keep in my handy dandy iPad because I can't remember anything. So my first tip is, well, advice I guess, is high school goes by very, very, very fast. 4 years might seem like a long time, but trust me, it goes by so fast, like so fast. And I just want you guys to know that every year counts. Don't think just because you're a freshman you're the youngest, like it doesn't matter. Trust me, when it's time to go to college, they're gonna look at your whole transcript from 9th to 12th grade. 12th grade really doesn't matter because you're basically done. They want to see what you did 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. So it goes by fast, and with that being said, you want to stay on track and you want to stay focused. You know, it's a new year, you're gonna try new things, you're gonna meet new people. You're in this huge school with people from all over the place, not just really people in your neighborhood. So it's like a big difference, but with that big difference, you can get distracted very fast. You can fall off like I did, and I wish I watched the video like this to advise me on high school, because I went to high school clueless and all over the place, and I fell off because I didn't think my freshman year was important. I didn't think it mattered, and then senior year I'm finding out like, dang, my freshman year really did matter. Now that it's time to go to college and they looking at my transcript like, girl, what was you doing your freshman year? It matters, guys. Every year matters, okay? My next thing is, you will lose and you will gain friends throughout high school, so don't get too attached, you guys. Do not get too attached to these people. Friendship and relationship, okay? I know that might seem harsh, but literally all my friends from middle school, my freshman year, since I went to a different high school than most of my friends in middle school, we just kind of drifted apart. It wasn't like beef or anything, but it was just like, you know, we're at different high schools, different sceneries, we around different people, you know, life just goes on. So when you notice that you're not as close as people you were close with in middle school, just know, like, it's okay, it's normal, it's expected, because life just goes on, and you will meet a lot of people in high school. Trust me. Like, don't think like, oh, you have to have the same friends that you've had all your life. I mean, that's cool and all, that's fun. I still have some friends from my childhood, but it's okay to meet new people. Now, what I mean by don't get too attached is, even the people you meet your freshman year, your sophomore year, your junior year, by your senior year, most of those people will not be in your life anymore. And I feel like just you know, hope for the best, but expect the worst, and just don't get too attached to people. People come and go, people switch up, people do fake things, people talk trash about you. It's just so much that comes with high school and just life in general. So don't get too clingy with people that you just met, because you don't know who that person really is until time goes on. Only time will tell who your real friends are. So just keep that in mind when making new friends and when losing old friends, that, you know, life goes on and the real will remain solid and will remain your friends, and the fake will end up disappearing. And even if they're not fake, you just drift apart from people. It's natural, it's life. I had so many friends, and literally we just slowly drifted apart. It's not like, oh, they did something fake to me, or oh, like, no, it's just like we just went our separate ways in life, you know. My next thing is friends and associates are totally different. Now, I meant to say this in my previous advice. You don't necessarily have to make friends. It is okay to be friendly and to talk to everybody, and speak to people when you see them in the hallway, or speak to people just when you see them in general, or just have small conversations with people. Like, having an associate is fine. I personally have a lot of associates, but friends, no, I do not have a lot of friends, because a friend to me is someone who's really there for me mentally and physically, someone who I can count on, someone who I can trust, someone who I could call when I really need something, someone who I could call if I'm in a very bad situation and they could come through. That's what a friend is for me. Now, an associate is someone you talk to. They might give you advice about little things, might help you with your homework, might give you snacks when you see them. That's an associate. That's fine. And nothing is wrong with that. Like, just keep in mind who to be friends with and who to tell your business to, and who to, keep the conversation short with, and, who not to tell your business to. You have to keep that separate, because not everybody's your friend and not everybody has your best interests. So just keep in mind who you are calling your friend and who you are telling your business to, because things get around in high school. So just be very careful what you do and who you tell it to. My next advice is join sports and extracurricular activities, not even just your freshman year, just all throughout high school. I didn't join any sport until my junior year, and I kind of regret that, because going to college, like, they want to see what you did in high school, and if you didn't really do anything, it's kind of just like, what's so special about this student? Why should they come to our college? You're not standing out, really. So I just advise, even if you don't join a sport, just do extracurricular activities, like join a club, or I don't know, stay after school and just help with freaking, I don't know, tutoring, or I feel like every state is different. Like, in my state, they had this thing after school where it was just like a whole bunch of things that you could do. Like, you could take a cooking class, you could take an arts and craft class, you could play basketball, or you could join this like dance club. Like, there was just so many things. So if you're not a sports person, because trust me, I'm not a sports person. Literally, I did palms and I was like, this is not for me. So not everybody is a sports person, but there's so many other things out here, and you joining a club, you meet new people, and you can possibly make friends. If not friends, you can make associates out of being in those clubs. And it's really good to have people you can talk to and hang out with in high school, because it's, especially your freshman year, because it's just totally different. So you want to feel comfortable at the school you're with, and you don't want to feel lonely. That can cause depression. So it's joining a club, I just feel like it's really good. And joining a sport, it also keeps you out of trouble. You're so focused on your grades and that sport or that extracurricular activity, you don't have time to do a drama or all the craziness that goes on outside of high school. You don't have time for that. You're focused on those two things. So that's one of my tips for you. The next one is most high school relationships don't last. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all don't date in high school, or don't trust anybody you're with. Everybody's different. I am currently still with my boyfriend from high school, so it's different for everybody. But there was boys that I would talk to before him, and there was a boy I dated before him, and that didn't last, clearly. So just know you're very young, especially your freshman year. I didn't even date my freshman year, because you're just so young, you don't even need a date. And that's what I was thinking. I'm so young, I don't even want a boyfriend. But not everybody thinks like me. Just don't rush into a relationship your freshman year. I would say in high school in general, because it doesn't usually last. I'm not trying to put y'all down, but let's just be real. Let's be big girls and big boys here now. Most relationships in high school do not last. So just don't I don't want y'all to get y'all hopes up thinking oh, I'm gonna marry this boy or this girl, we're gonna live happily ever after, because most likely the person you end up with is not the person you went to high school with. Trust me. The The next one is your GPA is very important. All classes matter, no matter how simple the class is. Something I also wish I knew. So my 9th grade year, I took my important classes, but I was also taking, what was I taking? I was taking a drama class, I was taking a dance class. Gym and health is actually important, but I didn't think it was. Art, I don't remember what else, but I know I was taking like those little classes that I'm thinking like, oh, I'm just taking it because I know it's gonna be easy and I didn't really care for it. And little did I know, them C's or them D's I was getting, it goes on my transcript, it counts. And they don't look at it as like, oh, if she just got a D in art, oh, she got a D in drama class. No, baby, it's a D. Regardless of what's next to that D, it's a D. And your transcript is important. So like, you don't want D's on there, period. Like, no matter how small the class is, because like I said, it doesn't matter how small the class is. It matters what your grade is. And if you don't have a good grade, those bad grades add up and your GPA ends up being bad, and your GPA is very important. So don't think just because the class isn't important that you should slacken it, because if it's not important, yeah, like you're not gonna put as much effort in as you would in an important class, but you should keep in mind that like, hey, no matter how much I don't really care for this class, it's gonna be on my transcript and I want to get a good grade. So just keep that in mind when choosing your classes, and when going to that class, just keep that in mind that it is low-key important no matter what the class is. The next, which I already spoke on, is people switch up, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's high school. You guys know drama, which is another one, which is avoid drama, especially fighting. It's high school. You're gonna hear rumors about you. You're gonna hear rumors about other people. You're probably gonna hear rumors about your loved ones. You're gonna want to defend them. You're gonna want to defend yourself. But at the end of the day, you know what you do. You know what you don't do. So you kind of just gotta have tough skin and just realize like nobody's opinion matters. Really, literally nobody. These people are not gonna matter when you graduate. These people, you're never gonna see those people again probably once you graduate. So it's just like, while you're here, just try to keep positive vibes and avoid being in drama. Definitely avoid fighting, because it's not a good look, especially if your fight ends up getting on social media, and then I don't know, whatever college you want to go to in a couple years, they end up like seeing that. It's just not a good look. And just honestly, fighting is just not cute, and it's not worth it. Like, just avoid drama and have tough skin and know how to ignore. Now, I'm not saying be a punk. Like, if somebody is like all up in your face, you feel like your life is at risk or you're in danger, do what you gotta do. But before it gets to that point, try to avoid confusion and anything like that. Just try to stop it from getting to the point where you have to fight someone, basically. The next one is try to have school spirit. With that being said, like go to school games, go to school events. This is something I also didn't do till my junior year, which I kind of regret. You just want to enjoy your high school experience. You're going to be there for 4 years most likely, unless you transfer. But even if you do transfer to a different school, you still just want to enjoy the time while you're there, because you're only in high school once. And you want to make memories, you want to have fun, you want to be able to tell your kids stories, or even your family stories about your high school experience. So just try to have school spirits. Try to go to the basketball games, the football games, shoot, even the volleyball and soccer games, and whatever events your school has, like class night or homecoming, any sort of events that your school has. Try to just participate in it, because a lot of people, once they graduate high school, they miss high school and they regret, not participating in a lot of their school events. So participate. You won't regret it. The next advice tip that I have for you guys is to know that it's okay to have fun. Now, I know I said your GPA is important, going to class is important, your grades are important, But it's okay to have fun. Like, nothing is wrong with going to parties. Nothing is wrong with, hanging out with friends. As long as you're managing school, and as long as you know school comes first, homework comes first, schoolwork comes first, and fun comes later. But if you can manage, having fun while staying on your shit, staying on your stuff in school, then go for it. Have fun. Go out. Live your life. You're young. You're a teen, so it's okay to, explore and try new things and go to new places and, make new memories. Nothing is wrong with that, but just make sure you're managing your time well so that all your anything involving school is good, and then you can have fun. Don't think I'm gonna have fun now and do my school stuff later. Trust me, you gonna end up forgetting about that school stuff and it ain't gonna get done. So just try to manage everything, balance everything, have good time management skills, and you'll be good. Have your fun, sis. The next one is be mindful who you hang around, which I already kind of spoke on, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Just be aware of your surroundings, be aware of who you tell things to, be aware of the type of people you hang around, because birds of a feather do flock together. So if you're hanging around people who's always in trouble, not on their stuff, doing who knows what, it kind of reflects on you because you chose to have that person as a friend. And even if you do have a person like that as a friend, if you're not motivating them or if they're not trying to do better, you shouldn't even want to be friends with someone like that. So just keep in mind who you hang around. Another thing is, it's okay to have a different variety of friends. Don't feel like you have to stick to one group. I'm the type of person where, like, I have different friends for different things. Like, you might have friends that you like partying with, but when it comes to school, those aren't really good people to be around. So I'm gonna have my fun with them, but when I'm in school, I'm not really kicking it with them. You have your friends with your school friends. They're always on their stuff. They're always on their work. They're keeping you on track. They're helping you out with work or homework. But outside of school, you don't really talk to them. That's fine. You have your club friends. After school, you guys do arts and craft or cooking classes or dance, whatever. But in school, you're not really talking. But after school, you guys are like super close. Then you have your sport friends, like if you're on the cheerleading team, like all the cheerleaders, you guys have that bond with each other when it comes to cheerleading, but you're not really friends. So like, I just named 4 different groups. Like, it's okay to have a different variety of friends. It's okay with being friends with people who you never thought you would be friends with. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, nerdy people, I used to think like, that's a nerd, I'm not gonna be seen walking with them. Then I end up talking to them. I'm like, wow, they're really smart. They could really teach me something. They could really help me with my work. You could really learn from different people. So don't stick to what you're used to. Really get out there and explore, because you never know. Everybody comes in your life for a reason. So you never know who you'll meet and what you'll learn from that person. The next one is build a relationship with all your teachers, or at least try to, because we know that there's a lot of petty teachers who don't even want to build a relationship with you. But try to build a relationship with your teachers, respect your teachers, help them out. If the class is being rowdy, try to get the class to calm down. Be a teacher's pet. Trust me, it will help you in the end, because when you want that 79 to be an 80, trust me, they're gonna think about like all the good stuff you did for them. They're gonna round your grade up. They're gonna help you out. They're gonna give you, like, if you do bad on the test, they're gonna give you another chance because they know you're an actual good student. But if you're disrespectful, rowdy, arguing with the teacher, they're not gonna care about your 79. They're not gonna care that you did bad on that test. Oh well, you're not gonna do that test again. So just be mindful that at the end of the day, they're in control of your grade. They're in control of if you're gonna pass that class or not. So try. Now, I'm not saying be your teacher's best friend, but just be respectful to your teacher, My next tip is to be true to yourself at all times. Don't change who you are for anybody. If you even feel like you have to act a certain way around certain people, those are probably not the type of people you need to be hanging around, because you should be able to be yourself. Because when you're yourself, the people who you attract are people who will actually like you, people you know, who are real and want to genuinely be a friend because they like you as a person. Now, if you're trying to fake be somebody that you're not, and then you try to show your real self, those people that you're attracted being somebody you're not is not going to be a friend, because who are you? You're not who you claim you were. So just be true to yourself. Trust me, it'll make high school way easier. Just be yourself. Who you attract is who you attract. Who you don't attract, clearly they're not meant to be in your life because they don't, you know, like you as who you are. So it is what it is. My last advice for you guys is, this is not the end. You still have college and just life in general, so don't stress. What I mean by that is, yes, high school is important, but don't stress yourself out to the point where you're having mental breakdowns and, like, I don't know, just having really bad thoughts about yourself. Just don't be too hard on yourself, because high school is easy. If you do the work, if you ask questions, if you get the help that you need, you will have a smooth high school experience. So don't stress yourself out. Trust me, in most cases you will pass. If you're putting the effort in, you know, you're trying to get everything done, you will pass. The only time you gotta stress is if you know you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, because if you're doing what you gotta be doing, you're not gonna be stressing regardless. You know, you might get a bad grade or something. If you know you put, you know, all your effort in that and you know you tried hard, you won't be stressing about it because you know you tried hard. So just keep that in mind throughout high school. Like, don't overwork yourself or don't stress yourself out, because you will get through it. If you're putting the effort in, trust me, counselors, your teachers, the principal, whoever, they're gonna see that you're putting in the work. So, you know, they're gonna be more lenient to, you know, helping you pass with that or whatever. Keep in mind, this is just high school, y'all. You guys still got college to get through. Law school, grad school, nursing, if you don't want to go to college, cosmetology school, just if you want to be an entrepreneur, you still educating yourself. You're always educating yourself. You're never just done after high school, so just keep that in mind. But I hope this video was helpful. I hope these tips were helpful, and I hope you guys really learned something from this video. If you don't follow me on my social medias, it's always down below in the description box, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.